Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Renovating Rose Villa. So in this video I'm going to be showing you the progress on building this rear entry and the toilet. We're nearly there, so one more episode after this one and we'll have it all finished, but I'll show you what I got done to get to this point. So first up guys, I thought I might just show you a little picture of the yard. So no more roses. They had to destroy most of it when they put the main sewer line in, so I just asked them to scrape up the rest of them. No point having a couple of little patches of roses. We'll start again when we do all our landscaping. So yep, just tidying up the highs and lows. I have a tendency of rolling my ankles, so I just wanted to get the few of the lumps and bumps out and rake up the big rocks. So it's pretty horrible soil here, so yeah, we just get rid of the rocks and make it safe. And it's pretty dusty though, that's the only problem with Lily running around. Another thing was, this week I picked up the rest of the cornice. So this is the cornice that will finish up the hallway, the entry and the parlour. So I just got what I'd already paid for this months ago, so I just went and picked it up. Seeing as I had to get a new ute, I couldn't pick them up in the old ute. Had a little bit of time there where I didn't have it. So now we're on to the toilet. So the plumbers came in, they put the I forget what you call it, the rough in. I know that it's called over in the US, but they put that on and set it up at the right height for me and everything. So I just had to come along, and because this is built on the veranda floor, it needed levelling, so I levelled it up and ran a pipe out the back with a whole heap of different fittings that it was quite hard actually. I'm not a plumber. This was a pain in the bum doing this, but the good thing was the old pipe in the toilet, I left the tap on there and I just ran the pipe straight out and ran it to the next tap. So that was a bit of a job in itself. And then this piece here, if next time a plumber comes by and they have a look at this, they're just going to look and laugh and shake their head. So before I got in and hooked all the toilet up, I had a little surprise that I wanted to install for Julie, and it was just a new bathroom mixer with a spray nozzle. So that was another annoying little job, but it was good to get it done. So yeah, we're it's up and running now, and Julie's loving it. So now back to the toilet. So this was just a kit that I bought. It was $125 for this toilet. So I just wanted something cheap. It's only a temporary toilet. So I picked this one up. It's got a soft close lid and everything on it. I don't know if that must be standard now for every toilet to have a soft close lid. But yeah, it's a nice little toilet. So I hooked it up, plugged it in, and tested the flush, and it worked beautifully. So now to finish the room. So first up, seeing as the veranda floor has a lean on it, when I put the walls up, they have a fall as well, so I had to level the top of the door head piece there. And so first up in the toilet, I'm just going to finish up the plasterboard, and you can see I've got a wire hanging down there, and that's going to be for the light. So I've got all of the wiring all ready to go. You would have seen that in the last video, but yeah, I've made sure that we've got all the modern conveniences out here. So just adding in some blocks in the corner because I missed out some of the corner blocks, so I added them in so that I can fix the sheet on the right hand side there easily. So plasterboard work is so cool. It's so easy and it looks like you've done a lot of work. It's so easy to cut it, and if you mess it up you can just fill it up when you do the plastering. Like I've down in the right hand corner there, I did my notch on the P. I thought it was for the other side, so I just leave that, and if I do plaster it up I'll just fill it up, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to just leave this bare gyprock, no flushing, no fanciness to it. I'm just gonna that'll make it easier to pull it down when the time comes. It always pays when you're making, whatever you're making, always level it. So then when I'm putting these sheets on, I can't see where the studs are. I can run the level up. If those studs weren't level, plumb, sorry, I wouldn't be able to do that. So you know, it's just that little bit of extra effort. Make sure everything's straight. It just makes your life easier in the long run. That's a bit of a bugger. Putting up a sheet panel by yourself, it's such. I've had to use the GoPro on filming this video mainly because I just couldn't get the tripod and the big camera in there, but the GoPro does a pretty good job. So I've got a wire in there I need to feed out in the middle there for the light. It's just near the just inside that hole, which I've managed to just dig that out quite easily. So just cutting all the door jambs. I've measured up, so I'm using the original two of the doors, the original back door. That will be the new the back door in the new position, and the other door was one that I took off that goes to the laundry, just an internal door. So I just made sure that I had made the framework that it was plenty big enough, and then I just pack out the jambs to make them all plumb and square and all that kind of stuff. So now that I've finished the plasterboard in the toilet, I'll finish off the bit out here in the what I'm calling the rear entry. So another light switch. Needed to just nip 10mm off the top of that sheet, and because I made my studs 2400, of course then you put your ceiling sheet up first, you end up 10mm less. So yeah, there's always little things like that happen. You just got to overcome it as they come up. So yeah, it was a good day. I did all this work in one day, except for the hooking up of the toilet that was the day before. But it was quite enjoyable, you know, finishing off all the plasterboard, getting the door jambs in, and getting the doors hung and lights working. It was a really enjoyable day. It was hard. I was pretty knackered at the end of the day, but it's all worth it when you know, or when Julie comes home and I show off my work to her. It makes it all worthwhile.
Seems like no matter how accurate you be with the plasterboard, you always have to do some fine tuning. It just depends on how it breaks. Sometimes you break it, or break along the paper line and the plaster will stick out a bit. So other door jamb now. So I just picked the side to hang the door that was best for the use. And one thing that you always do when you're fitting a door jamb is you nail it up hard against the jamb that's going to be hinged off. You can see I've got a packer at the top, the framework wasn't quite level, and I'm having to add packers on the other side because, like I said, I'm using the old back door, and that back door is actually 800 wide instead of 820. So I've just had to put packers in here, but it's always good to pack it because you can get it nice and level and plumb. So what I do is I use the First Fix nails, and I nail them down the centre so then they're covered by the door stops, just to be a little bit tidy. Sorry about the distortion of the camera. I really need to have it on super wide angle, otherwise it would have been a waste of time trying to make a video. So I just removed the old back door. All the slotted screws, God, I hate undoing them, especially when they're full of paint and they've been in and out 1,000 times. I've got this back door off. This back door is made of Baltic pine. It's quite heavy actually, and I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. As I said, this is all just temporary. So just marking around the old hinges. I did buy new hinges, but then I had a change of heart and I thought, well, why take the old hinges out? I might as well just reuse them. So just checking to make sure that the distance between them is alright, and just checking it out. These MDF jambs that you buy, like stock sets, they're good because they're primed up and you can paint them up nice, but MDF isn't real easy to chisel it out. It's much better, like we normally use Meranti for door jambs here in Australia, and it is more costly but so much easier to get a nice neat job on the checkouts for the hinges and the striker plates and that. So the door's been flipped upside down, so I'll just get rid of this old lock. Luckily they don't have much checking out when those locks pretty much just bolted on the outside. Though that bolt, I'm just going to leave that bolt there just because I can. So I'm putting my handles at 1300, and that's the height that I'm putting them at in the house. The style of doors that I've got and all that, I've chosen to go for a high door handle. It's quite enjoyable fitting a door. I remember back when I was an apprentice, now we're talking 34 years ago, and my boss like, yeah, I charge $100 to fit a door. Well, it would have to be a lot more than that now. I reckon that if I was going to someone's house to hang a door, it would probably have to be getting close to $200, depending on the lock and the hinges and what everything's made of. But yeah, that was his amount for hanging a door from scratch. Yeah, I do enjoy it. I did, when I was a first year apprentice, I did a hospital here in Adelaide, and we had to hang every door in the whole hospital, and I got used to hanging a door pretty quickly. Just going to cut in the striker plate now. There we go, success. Now putting this is an important bit. The stop needs to be 2mm off the door on the hinge side. On the handle side it needs to be hard against the door, and that's so it doesn't rattle when there's a bit of wind, and it doesn't bind on the hinge side. So you give it 2mm all the way down the side, and that gives it just a nice gap there, but it's still stopping the wind from blowing through. So not really too much to say here, it's the same thing as what I just did. Once again, sharp chisels. Whenever you're using chisels, doesn't hurt to give them a quick hone before you start. The sharper the chisel, the easier your life will be, and the better the job. So putting in the last striker plate now. Now that you can see a big gap there, so yep, just packing that out. It was just bowing in a bit there, so pack that out with whatever I needed to get it to have the right gap. And I'll come back in the next video. You'll see me putting all the architraves on. I might put some beading around the top, might get like a quad or something like that, and just put around the top just to seal up any gaps that might be there. But the floor we'll just leave raw, but I might get a mat and put in the toilet there, just so you know, because I don't want to have to put shoes on when I'm going to the toilet at night. So yeah, I'll just get a little bit of carpet, I think, and put down there. I went for these black knobs because I'm going for the antique copper in the house, so I thought, oh, I might as well just get black ones. There was no price difference, and I didn't want shiny brass, and silver was too modern, so black it was. And that just about does it. So yeah, we'll see more progress in the next video. Just a quick shot of our clothesline, guys. Look at that, all in action. Beautiful. The only thing is, because down the floor there, on the ground, sorry, there's no paving or anything there. Julie has to stand in the high spot there to hang the clothes or stretch her back down there, so I need to pull up all these pavers here and relay it over there at the right height. So yeah, that'll be a job for another day, but the focus is on this extension for this video. And so the outside, it still needs quite a bit of work, but I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm going to just cover it in the blue board, and I'll put the blue board on this end. I might run some tape down the corner and put the proper flushing compound on there, so that I make sure that's all sealed up, and the same on the joints. So I'll take you for a walk through. So this is the original back door, so I've flipped it over because I've reused, you can see it's upside down because it's got the small rail at the bottom and the big one at the top. So, but that's okay, this is only temporary. So I've got the new little modern door handle here. So we've got this little entry, you know, it's pretty cool. I think
we might put a little rack on the wall here and put our hats and stuff there, might be good. So this piece here will be removed, and it'll open this up so that it's more of a walk through rather than a separate little hallway. And then we've got the toilet. I know it's a bit weird to be excited about a toilet, but we've got a working brand new toilet that we can flush and know that it's not going to get clogged up and be a pain. So in this room here, I've got to put the louvers that are on the back of the original house. They'll go in here so we can open them up, get some fresh air in here. And I'm going to just put some expandable foam down this joint, and I might just paint. Well, we have to clean this wall, but I might just paint that with some white paint just so that it's a bit cleaner and brighter in here. It's not the back of the house anymore. So I've got all the lighting, so all that works. Bam, flick of a switch. So I've got the light out here as well, and we've got the switch over there for that. And behind the door here, don't know why I put it here. There was probably some method to my madness, but a double power point so I can just run a cord out outside easily if I'm doing some work outside and I need some power. So yeah, so all in all, not quite finished. So I should mention, still got architraves to make up and go around there once again with the expandable foam, and just seal all this up so we get no creepy crawlies in here. So yeah, we'll get that done for the next video. So thanks for joining me again, guys. So don't forget to comment and hit that thumbs up, that would be awesome. And until the next video, you take care. I'll see you soon. Cheers.